Yeah, I finna finish up the two lives I did earlier. Let's talk about a few credit myths. So one is paying off your collection make your score go up, right? All right, boom. If you pay your collection off, right? Um, I mean, it could go up. I mean, it will go up if they remove it. That's the thing. So if you want to pay your collections, in which people never recommend, because once you go on collection, so many things they have to go by for a collection to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? They don't own a debt, and you know what I'm saying. So even original credit don't own a debt, because once you agree to pay this debt, you know what I'm saying. They uh sell the fact that you gonna pay the debt back into a trust or to an investor, and that's securitization. So they the original credit don't own the debt no more. So how can the third party debt collectors even own a debt? So they have to show uh what the chain of assignments. It's the chain of assignment and other correspondence they need to show that they own the debt, which they don't. So people are saying don't even pay don't pay the debt collector anymore. But if you want to be the good Samaritan and pay the debt collector, make sure you get a pay for delete letter before you pay for it. Because you pay for it and it's still in your credit report, then what you gonna do now? Now you still have to try to dispute it, and you just lost out on some bread. So I won't recommend paying paying debt collectors. Um for people who think disputing hurts your credit, you may be just afraid of the consumer reporting companies because they got you thinking that they're credit bureaus, which is associated with the government or FBI or anything of that nature. Man, that they're not associated with the government. Congress developed the FCRA, the FDCPA, TILA, because the consumer reporting companies are not doing their job and they're breaking federal law all the time. They think they're above the law, so that's why they keep on doing this shit. They don't give a fuck about being sued and paying out this little money to them, because they make millions or probably more all the time from bad credit or have a business model. They making bank and they've been doing this shit for years. So if you got an accurate item in your consumer report, your shit probably be 100% accurate. So if you find anything inaccurate on your consumer report, you have the right to dispute it. You have the right to report what you want on your consumer report. They don't have control of that. So that's the notion that they portray. Like, by law, they have to report this. They don't even have to report all that shit they be saying they have to report by law. Next thing they tell you, that tell them to show you or tell you which consumer law and FCRA permits. Says that they must report something. It only says that they may report something. It's a choice. It doesn't say they have to report any fucking thing. And you, as a consumer, have the right to choose what's being reported on a consumer report, and it has to be 100% accurate. Okay, I went on topic there. Um, yeah, you now for credit repair, you can absolutely do it yourself. You don't need to pay nobody to do it or none of that shit. But you can pay me, you can find somebody else to do it. It's a lot of credit repair specialists out there, a lot of credit repair gurus. Make sure you find the right one, make sure you find one you trust, and make sure you find one that know what they're talking about. But you can absolutely uh, study consumer laws, I guess get you some books to read. Look at the video. It's 1,000 videos on credit repair online. You can study at home, study yourself, and then find you a method or strategy to use and repair your own credit. You definitely could do that. It's gonna take time to study. It's gonna take time to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So you're gonna be paying with your time. So you're either gonna be paying with your time or pay with your money. If you don't have time to repair the credit yourself, you pay a specialist to do it. But when I know what they're talking about, that has results that can actually help you. Um, yeah. So I paid with my time. I took time to learn the process. I figured out what works, what don't work, and credit repair is a ongoing and learning process. So once you stop learning, that's a problem. And you don't want a credit repair specialist that think they know everything or doesn't have a mentor or has stopped learning, because the strategies and methods are changing all the time. The consumer repair companies, they'll probably get tired of this strategy and they'll stop removing accounts because too many people use that strategy. You know what I'm saying? So then you have to keep on learning, so you can know what strategy is effective at this point in time. Credit building tips. Okay, so I've said this before. I recommend building your credit while you're repairing it. Now, if your credit is repaired, meaning you have no negative items, your personal information is together, you don't have that many inquiries, then you can go straight to building your credit. But if you're repairing your credit, I highly recommend building your credit at the same time, because while you're repairing your credit, you can be building your credit. So if your credit repair is taking like 3 months, boom, you got 3 months of payment history already. So by the time you ready, by the time you clean your credit off, you done build payment history, and you got these accounts that got your profile looking thick, and that look good to these underwriters, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for payment history. They want to see, how can you maintain credit? Are you responsible enough to maintain credit? Because they want to lend you money, but if you don't look like, if your credit profile is not showing that you can handle money, or you can handle a certain amount of accounts, or you don't have enough accounts, or you have no payment history, man, they not fucking with you. So they got a lot of credit builder accounts out now. If you don't have no credit, then you need to get a secure loan, like secure loans, secure cards, and do credit builder accounts. So you would want to get, everyone talks about Credit Strong, Self, Kobo, and then you want to get accounts that backdate. The two I could think of off the top of my head that people talk about is Rental Karma and Rent Reporters. And then backdate for 2 years. You want to get shit that backdate because you need a length of credit history. That's makes up 15% of your FICO score. So a good length of credit history is like at least 2 to 5 years. So yeah, you need them credit building accounts, and then once you get your credit up that you don't need credit building accounts no more, then you want to start diversifying your credit profile. And you want like credit cards. I want to say like 6-10 credit cards. You want some retail cards. You want an auto loan. You want like 1 or 2 personal loans. And I heard you don't need a mortgage, but I'm pretty sure getting a mortgage will help you thicken your profile, because you want a thick profile. You do not want a thin profile. You will not get funding if you got a thick profile, no matter how good your credit score looks, because it's not about your credit score, it's about your credit profile. I know I said this before in prior videos, but you want to keep your utilization from 0 to 10%. And talk about credit cards here. So if you got a credit card you paying, you want to make sure that you know your statement date and make sure you know your due date. They're probably gonna 9 to 10 gonna tell you your due date. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta pay before the date, but you need to know your statement date, because your statement date and reporting date, it should be the same day. That's the date that's gonna report to the consumer reporting company. So let's say if you trying to pay it before the due date, but then your statement date comes and and it's more than 10%, then you got a high utilization report, and that's fucking it up. So that's gonna bring your credit score down. Gonna bring your credit score down, and it's gonna make your credit report look bad, because you using up too much money, and that's gonna look bad to lenders, because they be like, damn, why you using so much money? Like, you don't know how to handle money. So you want to keep your utilization below 10%, and you want to either pay it off or keep it below 10% before your statement date. So find out what your statement date is. Call the creditor and tell them you want your statement date and due date on the same date, if that'll help you out. But you want to make sure you know your statement date. Your due date is important too, but it's like shit. Your statement date is just as important, because you don't want the amount to be over 10% before that statement date, because now you done fucked it up. And okay, that was the end of it. So I got a free credit repair guide. The link is in the bio. I got a Memorial Day sale, 25% off all products and services. So that's 25% off my 3B Suite service, 3B Suite course. 25% off my financial restoration membership is where I repair your credit traditionally for $199 a month, but 25% off that. It'll be 25% off every month. And I had the DIY credit repair kit. All of this in the bio. If you have any questions, concerns, you know what I'm saying, you can DM me or comment. And I do free consultations so we can figure out what's the best strategy in repairing your credit. Let's go.